Hey everybody, my name is Dr. Colleen Sierra. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and the founder and executive director of Sierra Center for Behavioral Health. Thanks for being with me here today. So I have to just acknowledge that the world is a dumpster fire. Specifically, the federal government is a dumpster fire, and there are so many things happening. But you know what? The world's been a dumpster fire for a long time, and because of the particular shenanigans of this current administration and the impeachment and the siege at the Capitol, I have to acknowledge that it's going on, but I'm choosing to not give it my energy today. I'm choosing to really invest in me and my life and in speaking with you. And so if that sounds good to you, then keep listening, because we're not going to talk about any of that today. What we are going to talk about is this new year, is 2021. And I gotta say, New Year's Eve itself always feels a bit anticlimactic to me. It's all this pressure and expectation for midnight to get here and nothing to feel different in any way. So I don't love New Year's Eve, but I love the start of a new year. And for me, what that means is it's a chance to reflect on the last year. And there's a lot to reflect on in 2020. And it's also a time to dream about this upcoming year. And what do I want for myself and my family? And this isn't like new year, new you. I'm not into that. You're great. This isn't about dramatically changing who you are and deciding you've got all these deficiencies you need to fix. No, that's not what this is about either. This is about, for me, when I started my business a little over 5 years ago, at the beginning of the new year, I would reflect on the previous year and I'd think about what do I want to accomplish in this next year, and I'd do that professionally. And I loved doing that professionally so much that I wanted to do that personally. So I've been doing this personally for the last 4 years and it allows me to live so much more mindfully and intentionally. So that's the goal here. That's the aim. We're not trying to get necessarily to a certain place, as with any important thing in life. It's all about the journey, not the destination. So there's a couple of things that I think you should keep in mind when you're doing this for yourself. And I really encourage you to try to do it for yourself. There are goals that you can set, which are different than intention setting. Okay, so let's define those a little bit. So goals, I think we have a good idea of what those are, right? They're very specific, they're measurable, they're usually achievement or goal oriented. You're working to do something that's specific, observable, measurable, time sensitive. It might have a due date. That's a goal. And goals can be great in terms of getting us further along and closer to where we want to be. So goals are great. But goals can also feel anxiety provoking, right? And so I think something that we can include in there is where you can do a combination of goals and intention setting, or just intention setting. I love intention setting. I do intention setting every morning, but then I do this more macro intention setting at the start of every year. And intention setting is present focused. It's not achievement or goal oriented. And it's not external. It's about you and your relationship with yourself and your relationship with other people. And so I always do a combination of goals and intentions at the beginning of the new year. Because if I did exclusively goals, it would feel like too much pressure. And so I like the idea. Intention setting feels like I'm still being mindful, but it's very gentle. So think about which one feels better for you, if you want to have a combination of goals and intentions or just one or the other. But intention setting is a really lovely way to supplement goal setting. So for instance, just to make the difference really clear here, one of my goals, I have a morning ritual that I practice that I'm in the habit of practicing every Monday through Friday, but then I kind of let it all go to hell on the weekends. And so my goal for this specific quarter of the year is to do my morning routine every single morning. Monday through Sunday, every morning I do my morning ritual, which is water, coffee, some stretching, intention setting, and meditation. It only takes 30 minutes and it really helps my mental health tremendously. So that's my goal for this upcoming quarter. Whereas my intention for this entire year, and hopefully beyond, is to teach my children less and be with them more. I feel like I'm always trying to make every moment a teaching moment. There's so much I want to impart to them. But I'm realizing they're going to get that just from like being around me and us swimming in the same water kind of thing. So I'm trying to just be with them more and teach them less. So that's an intention that I have for myself this year. So how do you do this? I mean, you can do it. You can be as formal or as informal as you want. This is the thing that I love. This is the Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. I'm obsessed with it. This is not a paid advertisement. I'm just really obsessed with it. So I do a really formal assessment at the beginning of every year. And I'm actually meeting up with my friends on Friday where we're all going to talk about our goals and intentions. So like, I'm really intense about this, but you don't have to be. You can simply set aside 10 minutes, an hour, half a day to just reflect on 2020, dream about 2021, and jot some things down. And it can be as simple as that, right? And then here's the important part though. It's easy to forget about these things. And this is what makes it different than a resolution, because we say, I'm going to do this thing. And then we work really hard at it and then it falls off. So this is not a resolution. This is living mindfully and intentionally. And one of the ways that we can do that is by coming back to the things that we said we were going to do. So go back to your journal or your Post-it note, whatever it is, a note on your phone. And you can do this on a weekly basis. You can do it daily. I do it daily. You can do it weekly. You can do it monthly. You can do it quarterly. But the idea is to come back, read what you wrote, think about, have I been working on these things? Have I not? If I haven't been, why? Does that mean I need to just recommit? Or does that mean I should throw that out because maybe it's not something I actually want to do and I need to come up with something else? But the really two important parts here, sit down, put it to paper or on your phone, whatever way works for you, and then review it every now and then to make sure that, again, not that you are on track to do this really intense thing that's based around your deficiencies. Not that at all. It's about living mindfully, living intentionally, living with purpose. And I mean, that's always a good thing, right? So something to think about.